G'day everyone. So this video is going to talk about the general interface of Fusion or Autodesk Fusion 360, which you can see on the screen right now. As you can see, I've got a model that I've been working on available on the screen now. Basically what I want to talk about is the various different parts of Autodesk Fusion 360 and what they do, and the general information about them. I'll start with at the very top here. We have our tool ribbon, okay, and this has a bunch of different drop-down menus for different options. So we have the sketch drop-down, the create one, modify, assemble, construct, inspect, insert, make, some add-ins if we put add-ins in, and the way we select things. So we've got a bunch of different options there, which are all, as it happens, correct for the model user interface. So we're in the currently in the model environment. And you can see down here that there's different environments here where we can do different things. So depending on what we're trying to achieve, we can go through and pick a different environment. So for example, if we wanted to cut this handle that you can see on the screen here out of a piece of material, I've got the CAM workspace to go and figure out the CAM toolpaths for that. So there's a bunch of different things available from here. We can also create drawings here and all that sort of stuff. As we do select those different environments, we get different sets of tools and different tool drop-downs up here on the ribbon. Now, another two important parts of this current work interface that we're looking at is the browser on the left-hand side here. Now, the browser itself shows us, different sketches, different bodies or objects, and you can see as I hover over this body here, the body lights up on the left-hand side there. If I select the sketch, I can see the sketch that I originally drew to produce this object. And it gives us a good rundown of everything that's in our particular model. So if we had different parts, it would come up as either different components or different bodies. Alright, and they'd all come up in the list here. We can also see the units we're working with. We can see different name views, so we can look at the top of it, look at the front of it, look at the right of it, etc. So we can look at all the different views of the particular object as well. All from that, quick, easy browser on the left there. Now, to go with looking at different views, we also have our Navi cube up in the top right here, where we can rotate around our object. And my mouse stopped working for a moment there. So we can rotate around our object and look at specific corners of it and those sorts of things. Down the bottom here, we've got some similar features where we can change, the way our display is set up, grids that we're using. We can also zoom in on the object in different ways. We can pan around our model that we're looking at. We can look at it in specific ways. We can click on specific things to look at them. And we can also orbit the object if we want to and look all around it. And whenever we are done with whatever we need to do, we can always put it back to the original view we were looking at just by clicking on a corner, say, of the Navi cube or whatever we might need to do. Alright. The very last one in this main interface is our timeline, which is down the bottom here. So we can go and adjust our timeline back to where it started, and we can watch through the process, and it will show us everything that's in there. And we can step through it as well, so we can step through all the steps. And you can see in mine I have only 3 steps. I've got a sketch, an extrusion, and then I filleted my object. Alright, so that's the main interface, the main area. So we have the browser on the left, the timeline down the bottom, and our tool ribbon up the top. Now, one last thing that we need to really consider when we start using Autodesk is where our files get stored, and that's in this data panel on the left here. So you can see on the left here I've got lots of different projects that I can access. Okay, so I've got everyone's project from our class or any class, and I can access them all from that left hand panel. I can create new projects if I need to, just by clicking on that bottom button there. And if I scroll down here, I'll just pick one. There we go, we've got my first project there, so I'll double click on that one, and that brings me into that project. Alright, it updates it from the web there, because it is a cloud-based storage. You can see one of the models within this project is the handle here. I can upload models, so if I have models, CAD packages or other sorts of things like that, I can upload them into Autodesk Fusion and they'll convert. I can also create folders within my project so that I can have specific folders for specific areas of the tasks that I'm working on. I've also got the People tab so that I can invite people to view my project if I need to. Right, so that's the data panel, which is always up on the left here. If we want to close it, we just hit the X there in the top left, and it shrinks away to the side there again. When it comes to creating new models, we just click on the little file drop down here. We can do new designs, we can do new designs from a file, new drawings from designs that we're working on, etc. And we can also save and save as in here. We can export, we can use 3D print, all those sorts of things just from this file menu. We of course have the save button, which saves our particular model. In this case, it's asking me to add a version description, so I've just changed something on my particular model here, so I'm going to call it change to fillet, because that was the version that I've just completed there, and it's going to save that as a separate version. That way I can access older versions or newer versions if I need to. I've also got my back and forward, so I can undo and redo things, so roll history back and that sort of thing. Alright, so I've got all that sort of stuff. It's all available to me. Again, remembering I've got the browser on the left, timeline down the bottom, tool ribbon up the top here, different environments on the left, and then the data panel up there in the very top left corner. Alright, I hope this helps you understand things a little bit better as far as what's in Fusion and where things are, and you'll be able to continue to use it really well in class. Thanks.